Now we're going to look at normal pieces of load bearing equipment you might carry into a game, quickly modified with elastic bands to be able to add local camouflage. Wyvern, very lightweight set of webbing, 3 utility pouches, 2 single ammo pouches on the ends, very old yoke. It's got some places you can add foliage anyway, as you can see. Out of these elastic bands, these are brighter than normal just so you can see them. Quickly knotted onto themselves. Just here and there. Some are doubled onto the ammo pouch attachments. And now we're going to shove them full of foliage. As you can see, it's now very effectively camouflaged. There's the back of the yoke. Maybe do a little bit more on that side, but it shows you just how effective it can be. Put it on. So there's still more to do on the belt. We'll do that in a second. So webbing has 2 belts to stop it bouncing. You can see the belt, just shoved it full of grass. I've left this ammo pouch pretty open because that's where I normally keep my sidearm cross draw. Whenever you're moving through cover or you're in positions, there's a little rule that you want to try and follow which will help you to stay concealed. And that's that if you could look underneath something, that's what you want to do first. You know, say there's a log, you want to look underneath it. If you can't look underneath the cover, then you want to look through it. So, you know, if there's a hole in the cover, you want to be looking through that hole. And if there's no hole in the cover, you want to be looking around the cover. Yeah? I mean, when you're looking around the cover, you're probably a lot more visible. But lastly, if you can't look around the cover, then you're going to have to look over the cover. And this is something, to be honest, you want to avoid. That's how you're going to be seen. If there's ferns and fern bed, you want to try and look under the stems. If you can't look under the stems and see where you're trying to look, you want to try and manoeuvre into a position where there's a hole in several ferns, between several ferns, that lets you look out into the area that you're observing. If you can't do that, you need to be moving to the edge of the thicket and slowly peering around, maybe only using the one eye. And if you can't do that, you're going to have to look over the thicket. Odds are you're probably going to be seen if someone's looking that way. Right, along with stealth you need to be thinking about deception. This is where, when you think you've been spotted, you want to be playing a ruse to let people think that you're doing something else from what you actually intend. Now, a good example of that is you're out on the stalk, you look around, you spot out the corner of your eye that someone's actually observed you. Maybe they're stalking you, maybe they're in an ambush. Either way, you don't want to let on that you've spotted them, so it's all about not reacting, just carrying on like normal. So what you want to do is be seen to be looking away from them when you go out of sight. Obviously you've got to limit how much of your body can be seen, otherwise they're just going to take the shot anyway. But this is more for when you think they're stalking me and they're going to be firing soon, but not immediately. So what you do is you carry on your line of movement, letting them just sporadically spot you now and again, pop up and look around, obviously not at them, let them feel that they're the hunter. Then what you do is you want to be considering one of two ruses, or maybe even both. First being to signal to someone who isn't actually there, someone who they're going to spot the signal and presume that there is actually someone on their flank or someone moving around. It's going to be a distraction for them. That's all it's doing. It's making them think of an unknown quantity that isn't actually there. While they're busy doing that, you want to be slipping out of sight, letting them think that you're going to be popping up further along in the line of direction you've been moving. And then what you want to actually be doing is, when you're out of sight, you want to be moving rapidly back the way you came. You either want to be flanking right round onto their position, or just a few yards and enough to get up. And obviously you already know where your target is. You've considered your shot, popping up, taking the shot, and hopefully taking out the ambusher when he thinks that he's actually going to be the person making the shot.